Hello, Blythe Stevens here, MFA Bliss Catalyst and creator of a Blythe Coach, helping multi-passionate creatives take leaps of faith with a peek behind the scenes today at July in my bullet journal. July was one of those extra long months with effectively 5 weeks in it, even though the last week was, of course, the transition from July into August. It included themes of escape and freedom, of the Independence Day in the United States, which, of course, I'm thinking of very much so, even here from Germany. The freedom of summer holidays in North Rhine-Westphalia, its summer holidays, through till nearly the end of August. We prolong our celebrations of Pride because Cologne Pride, or Christopher Street Day, is actually celebrated the first weekend in July. We also celebrated the Buck Full Moon, Non-Binary People's Day, and I had an appointment with an orthopedist to look at an issue I'm having with my hip and a referral for some imaging and more information about that. Did some substitute teaching and had a summery month coming off of June, actually, where we had June into early July heat wave, like really hot. Actually, the end of Cologne Pride weekend did have rain, and there was kind of a rainy month after that. And then in August, we're having some more summery weather. Sneak preview. So today we're looking back at July in media. Had a lovely summery media time. Read yet a third book by Olivia Waite in the Feminine Pursuit series. It's called The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics. Might have been a good one actually to read first, but I just read them in the order that they became available from the library, and so I got all those ebooks for free. I found them delightful, and say more about it in my email newsletter. I also read a book by Abby Jimenez, The Friend Zone, and I actually liked another book by hers, Part of Your World, even better. I read that one first, thankfully. This one was all right too. A contemporary romance. In listening, we heard, among other things, a live rendition of Pink Pony Club, played by the Titty Twisters at CST, and also was listening to The Crowd by 07 and Honey by Wildlight in dance classes and around, and just was hearing in my own head a classic one-hit wonder, Sugar Sugar. How'd You Get So Fly goes the song, and interestingly, in a lot of ways, a theme of the month of July was flies, moths, butterflies, insects. It's the summer, what can you say? I do love butterflies, not so much flies. In viewing, we watched The Ultimatum, Queer Love, or at least finished that. We were watching it on the heels of Pride, some reality TV, a little trashy, a little dramatic, lots of fun. Season 3 of The White Lotus, I loved. Another bit of trashy queer TV from the UK, though, is I Kissed a Girl. And non-trashy viewing and enjoyments, the Academy of Media Arts Cologne, the Kunsthochschule für Medien Köln, had a very neat showing program, and friends of ours were involved with it, and we got to see some readings and Kunstausstellung, gallery showings, art of all kinds. It was fabulous. It was so inspiring. I really appreciated it. And interestingly, that reading that we went to in particularly featured 2 different artists and writers speaking about, in one case, silkworms and the silk process and the life cycle of the worms, the silk moth, and the industry itself. And the other one about butterflies and moths and actually pests we would consider, but information about the animals themselves, not so much how they interact with us only, but just what their life is like, their short lives. very, very interesting, and also depicted in images as well as words. Here I noted a bunch of a July adulting, as well as such a highlight always as in Pride is Dyke March. It's like my birthday again. It's like an extension of my birthday. All the most beautiful people. It was so great. It was such a great protest. It was so meaningful and diverse and peaceful, and we had a fantastic time with that. And we did some deep cleaning type of tasks and personal health care tasks and financial tasks like filing taxes, all very important, good stuff. Love to pat myself on the back for that and give myself all the credit that I can. So I feel really motivated to stay on top of those things. On the week-to-week view, it was a very productive month in publishing. I did the things that I do that reach the people that I hope to reach, including publishing articles, videos, and emails just about weekly, writing morning pages, teaching classes. I'm not looking to teach a maximum number of classes, but to teach my ideal number and give my ideal number of coaching sessions each week and create the life of my dreams. Yeah, first week included working and invoicing and also showing up at the Pride festivities and protests and getting a new gig and doing a spa day, fighting the infestation of flies that unfortunately also tends to come with this time of year, fixing the dishwasher, doing barbecuing outside, enjoying that heat, and taking care of the body at the orthopedist and the dentist. Had a chipped tooth, but very minor. They took care of it right away. Hooray! Here are my flies. Show you how you get so fly. Fly July, fruit flies, house flies, moths and butterflies. Here's the Kunstausstellung, the art showing. We went to a wonderful wine fest. That's right, the third week in July, in week 30 of the year, up in the countryside, up among the Weinberge, the wine, what is it called? Vineyards. Among the vineyards and hay bales with live music and a stage and food and a delicious wine by friends of ours. Such a great, memorable summertime there. And this week, a big highlight was also wrapping up Q2 June and my mid-year reflection and refreshment process. Look how refreshing this page looks as well. A rainy transition from July to August. And spending some time with friends and neighbors. Eating chocolate cake, nectarines. Oh, that's right, nectarines got to be, turned out to be nectarine harvest at the end. And moving into other fruits that I'll be sharing about in my next monthly reflection. So how did the month look in empties? I've been sharing a little bit about what I'm using up in personal care and in teaching, creating supplies. The one thing I used up as far as a artistic or creative supply was this sample of Robert Oster fountain pen ink in the color Summer Storm. I loved it so much I already own a bottle. I tried it out, loved it, and I'm pleased to be writing through it. It's absolutely beautiful. The rest of these are personal care. I forgot to save it, but one of my mechanical toothbrush heads was time to replace. As usual, contact lenses, contact solution, contact case. This month of July, we went through a toothpaste. Bought a new hand soap bar, used a packet of baking soda, not just for baking purposes, but for personal care purposes. I like to use it to clean the hair, skin, sometimes scrub. our next solution. And my favorite, I don't really have a brand loyalty, but affordable, natural, good, eco rating, all-purpose body oil moisturizer. That's July. And personal care. Creative journaling behind the scenes of a teaching artist, dance educator, and coach. How was your month? How's your summer continuing? How's your quarter 3 progressing, or whenever it is that you might be catching me in the future, or I might be catching me in the future? I hope you're well. Among the joy and the levity, there's a lot of seriousness as well. I've got ongoing family and friend medical issues I'm concerned about and sending good energies towards. And of course, there's always lots of world and political events happening. Take good care of yourself, pay attention, and I hope to see you again here soon. Thanks for moving with me in spirit or in fact.